Hello everyone. Hi everyone. I'm starting my live stream a couple minutes late today. I hope everyone can hear me. I have a new mic today, so hopefully this mic is a lot better. Can everyone hear me okay? Please tell me in the comments if the sound is okay for you. Okay. Welcome to today's live stream. Hello everyone, my name is Robin Shaw and I'm a Canadian living and teaching in South Korea. If you are new to this live stream, welcome. I do live streams 4 times a week. I don't have an exact schedule yet, but I will in the future. Right now I'm just testing different kinds of live streams and teaching, and this is all new for me, so I make mistakes on organization, and in my PPTs there might be some spelling or grammar mistakes. If you find any mistakes, please tell me, because I make mistakes. Okay, and yeah, the schedule, you have to check the time. Universal time, 1:30 p.m. in Korea time, 10:30 p.m. That's usually when I'm on. And again, please check the links below if you want to be active in some of my groups, because I'm very active there, talking to people every day. Although today I wasn't very active, but probably after this live stream, I'll go check on my groups. Okay. And like all my live streams, I have 3 parts. Let me make that a little smaller. First part is introduction. That's what we're doing now. Just finding out, getting organized, finding out who's here, and introducing the topic. And then I'll talk about the topic. And then usually after the topic, whoever is still staying in the live stream, they can ask me questions, any English questions, basically. Okay? So right now I'm just going to check the chat to see who's here. I can see a few people here. And hold on a sec. I'll try to bring in some more. I'll put some advertisements on WhatsApp, my WhatsApp groups. Okay. Let's see who's here. Layla, how are you? I'm doing fine. Getting organized for live streams. I start my live streams 10:30 p.m. and wow, I'm busy right until 10:30 p.m. fixing the PPT and getting lights and everything. It's a very stressful about 30 minutes before the live stream. David's here. Great, David. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson about idioms. Prakar. Hang Tong, good to see you here. David, everything is hunky-dory. David, your English is always amazing to me. Where did you learn so many different, not only did David learn so many different English expressions, but he uses them correctly. So David, a shout out to you. Good job. Rosa, dear Rosa's here. Nice to see you, Rosa. Grace is here. Grace is everywhere. Okta, Ulvini. Hi, Robin. Hello, nice to see you again. Tika, again. I'm still waiting. Oh, you're complaining because I was late. And Fenny. Hey, Robin, I'm here watching. Nakati, Sahin, hi. Oh, David, ha ha ha. Thanks, Robin. Okay, so the people are here. I'll just try to get a few more in some of my groups. And Usually I do this before the live stream to get people here or to remind people. But today it's probably my biggest lesson, the idioms. I prepared a lot of information about idioms. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Because after today, you're going to know everything about idioms. Okay. Let's see. This is complicated. Okay, some more people are coming. And just a reminder to people, come, learn about idioms. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Robin, he's teaching idioms today. Come see, come see. All right, let's start our topic today. Idioms. Idioms, idioms, idioms. What are idioms? Well, you guys know what idioms are because you're studying idioms. And I find students really enjoy studying idioms because they're kind of funny sometimes, or they're interesting. So students sometimes study English idioms too much, and I'll talk about that today in my presentation. So let's go into the idioms definition. What are idioms? And this is a very important page to understand what idioms are. So as the page says, the words in a sentence do not match the meaning of the sentence. Okay? So you're going to see a sentence, and you're going to see words in the sentence. But the meaning of the sentence, what the sentence means, going to be very different than the words. So it's broken down into literal meaning and figurative meaning. So let's look at my example sentence. Learning English is a piece of cake. Okay, so in the orange there, that is the idiom, a piece of cake. That's a common idiom. If you know what that means, put it in the comment section or the chat section. So the literal meaning, learning English is a piece of cake. So that would be, the literal meaning is that sentence is talking about cake, a piece of cake that you eat. And English is a piece of cake. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, the literal meaning. So this is what confuses people about studying idioms, because they are all figurative meaning. So you're going to see the words, but the actual meaning you cannot find out by yourself. You actually need someone to explain what it means. Sometimes you can understand by context. So yeah, I can see David. Yeah, this is an easy one, David. I know you know this one. I've also done this idiom in other videos, an octa, easy. So learning English is easy. So that's the meaning. The meaning is learning English is easy, but that's the figurative meaning. The literal meaning, it doesn't make sense. It's talking about cake. So that's idioms. When you see an idiom, the words and the meaning don't match. So you got to be very careful. And of course, idioms are generally informal. You don't want to write those in your university essay unless you need to. If you're at the job interview, you don't want to be using idioms for stuff. You can, but be careful. And it's different than slang because idioms are used by everyone. Old people, young people, they use the same idioms, okay? They're safe to use, So it doesn't have to be just with your friends or family. You know, there's no bad words that are idioms. Well, I shouldn't say that. There might be, but most idioms are safe to say with anyone you're with. Slang is different, okay? But idioms are safe. Okay. Let's move on here. The next one, are slang, idioms, and proverbs the same? So I talked about slang last week. Today I'm talking about idioms, and then maybe next week I'll talk about proverbs, probably next Sunday. So as I said last week, slang words are new expressions. Their new expressions mean usually slang words are made by each generation. Very informal. You only use slang with your friends, okay, and family. You don't want to use slang in other places. And as I said last week, slang is usually one word. So this English video is awesome. That was my example last week. Awesome is slang, very common slang. I'm sure all of you know awesome. Proverbs. Proverbs are not slang, and proverbs can be idioms too, but proverbs are a little different. Proverbs are short sayings that give wisdom or advice. Okay, so all good things come to an end. This is kind of wisdom that we might say to someone, meaning that, yeah, we might be enjoying something, but of course in life, all good things, all the things we enjoy might come to an end. Well, this doesn't say might, it will come to an end. So you might go on vacation. Oh, I'm loving my vacation. And then someone says to you, all good things come to an end. Your vacation will end. So that's a proverb, more of a proverb. And then idioms and proverbs, they're different than slang because they're old English expressions. Okay, slang is new. Idioms and proverbs are old. And idioms and proverbs are more than one word. So proverbs are usually a sentence and idioms are multiple words. So that's how you recognize, that's the main difference between slang, proverbs, and idioms. Let's move on. A lot of this is similar to slang. Oh, I'm just looking at the comments. Yeah, you know the slang of awesome, excellent, and then Thana's here. I'm late again. Well, welcome, Thana. How can I understand idioms? Same as slang, content and exposure, or sorry, not content, context and exposure. So context means it's very important to be in the situation or reading a situation or watching a situation where the English speaker is using the idiom. Okay, so it's very important to see the idiom being used in a natural situation. That's context. And exposure. You're going to hear or read that idiom again and again and again, and this will also help you understand the idiom. So I have example here. She's always letting the cat out of the bag. Okay, that's an idiom. So again, we're not talking about cats. We're not talking about bags. This has a very different meaning. She's always letting the cat out of the bag. Yes, she can't keep a secret. So if you know what this means, write it in the chat. Letting the cat out of the bag. That's a common idiom. Letting the cat out of the bag. If you know the answer, just put it in. Maybe nobody knows the answer. Quickly check Google. All right, you guys didn't answer yet. So letting the cat out of the bag, the B person, she can't keep a secret. That's basically the meaning of letting the cat out of the bag. Someone is telling a secret or can't keep the secret. There might be we might be planning a surprise party for someone, and then someone tells that person, oh, we're having a surprise party for you. Then she would be letting the cat out of the bag. Moving on, don't study lists of idioms. This is not, you should never have a list of idioms and just reading the idioms. This is not going to help you learn idioms. You have to get context. You have to see them in the natural situation for idioms. Thana, can we say that the person is talkative? No. Well, too talkative that they're saying secrets. Okay, letting the cat out of the bag is telling the secret. All right, so the context is essential. So again, like slang, English movies, TV shows, YouTube videos, books, stories, comic books. This is where you're going to see idioms and slang being used. This is how you're going to learn them and be able to use them quickly. All right, I'm going to move on. Okay, these are the problems with idioms. From my own experience with students. And you can see frequency of use. Now, I often use "it's raining cats and dogs." And I can see David already asking, is it old or is it new? Is it still used new? So frequency of use. Yes, a lot of idioms are not used so much anymore. And the example there, "it's raining cats and dogs," actually, that's not used so much. So maybe, I'm 43. In my lifetime, I've maybe said that once. Okay. In 43 years, I used that idiom one time, and that's it. And I heard it from other people maybe a couple times, so it's not that common in English. It might have been very common 100 years ago, but not so common anymore. But the problem is students learn that idiom, and then every time it rains, they say, "it's raining cats and dogs." So they're overusing it, okay? So be careful learning idioms. We don't use idioms, the same idioms again and again, like every day of the week. This is too much, okay? So stuff like "it's raining cats and dogs," you should be able to understand it, but in your lifetime, you might hear it or use it less than, we'll say, 10 times. So you got to be careful with idioms. And this is another reason don't study idiom lists. Just read it in context, and then you know it's still being used, and then know what it is. And if you learn an idiom, it's good to practice it, but don't practice it too much. Don't say, like, "it's raining cats and dogs" every time it's raining. That would be too much. Another problem with idioms, fixed tense form. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute. The grammar of the idioms can be picky. All right, so idioms don't always follow English grammar rules, or they follow the rules, but native speakers don't care. I'll talk about that in a minute. And the third problem, changing words or word order. You can't change the words or word order. So let's take a look at this next sentence. Now the next sentence says, it rains cats and dogs. Now grammatically this is correct, but in usage we never say this sentence. We always use it in the present continuous. It's raining cats and dogs. You cannot change the usage of this idiom. You have to say it's raining cats and dogs. You can change the tense, the grammar. It rains cats and dogs, but that sounds strange, all right? So you got to be very careful with idioms. Some idioms, the tense can change, but stuff like cats and dogs, you cannot change it. Let's see the comments. Dana, I recently used this idiom. Thanks, Robin. Secondly, this idiom is used to sound rather humorous, right? Well, yeah, now a lot of idioms are used to sound humorous because idioms are funny sometimes. Yeah, if I said it's raining cats and dogs, if I said that to my friend, it would be more for humor. But it's very easy to use cats and dogs as example. That's why a lot of teachers use it as an example. Because everyone knows cats and dogs and they're confused. And it's the perfect idiom to show the meaning of the sentence is different than the words. Because, of course, it's not talking about cats and dogs. It is talking about rain. Only rain, raining a lot. Let's look at this next one. It's raining cat and dog. This is a common mistake. If you want to use idioms, you got to be very careful you're using them correctly, not with broken English, because it will sound very funny. I know you guys have to practice, and when you're practicing, you're making mistakes. But with normal sentences, if you make a mistake, it's okay. You're learning the language. Most people, that's okay. But if you make a mistake with the idiom, it's going to be a little more funny. So a lot of my students, they say it's raining cat and dog, and and I correct them, but it's cute. It's cute. This is word order, so it is always cats and dogs. You cannot switch the word order. You cannot say it's raining dogs and cats. This is wrong. It's cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs. You cannot change the verb. Pouring in English means raining a lot. So it sounds like a good word to match this sentence. It's raining cats and dogs. That's it. You cannot change the verb rain or to pour. You cannot change cat or dog to pigs and cows. The idiom is fixed. All right. All right. So that's the problems with idioms. As all of you know, Shakespeare, William Shakespeare, the most famous English literature playwright. He wrote plays around the 1600s. And of course, all of his plays are very famous. And I had to study in Shakespeare in high school. We have to study a Shakespeare play in grade 10, grade 11, grade 12. We have to learn Shakespeare. Then I went to university, and a lot of you know my major is English literature. So I took some Shakespeare classes, and I also I was in some Shakespeare plays. So I acted in some Shakespeare plays long ago. Anyway, Shakespeare, his plays became so famous. We use a lot of idioms from his plays. And you can see in the title, Shakespeare's Idioms, Rescued, Coined. Okay, what that means is some of these idioms, he did not invent it. A previous writer probably invented it. but he used it in his play, so it became famous. That idiom became famous, and we use it today because of his play. If he didn't put it in his play, probably we wouldn't have that idiom anymore. So Shakespeare rescued a lot of idioms from other people. And coined. Coined means he invented the idiom, okay? Or we think he invented the idiom. So he would be the first person to use the idiom. So the first one there, you see, break the ice. And I'm sure you've all heard break the ice. You need to break the ice when you meet a stranger. And what does that mean? You can write it in the comments. For every idiom, you can always write it in the comments like David's been doing for break the ice. And of course, break the ice, the meaning, when you're meeting new people, especially if you go to a new classroom to study English and there's other students, you don't know them, so you have to break the ice. So you have to start a conversation to make sure the room is not awkward and quiet. Okay, so if you go into the room, everyone's strangers, that's very awkward. So someone might break the ice. Hey, how are you? Where are you from? What do you do? Okay, they start talking to be friendly. So that's rescued or coined by Shakespeare 400 years ago. More than 400 years ago. And we've been using it that long. Very old. Heart of gold. She has a heart of gold. Of course, that's from Shakespeare, meaning her heart is, so beautiful. She's so nice. She's so generous. Heart of gold. I like this one. Kill with kindness. It is always best to kill with kindness when you meet new people. What does that mean? Kill with kindness. Kill with kindness. So, of course, if you kill with kindness, kindness is your weapon. So when you meet new people and you want to give that good impression, the best strategy is kindness. A lot of kindness. Just keep being kind. So kind. That is the best way in that situation. That's your weapon. Kill with kindness. Yeah. Octa, kill with kindness. Showing a good impression. Wear your heart on your sleeve. This is from Shakespeare. This is, again, break the ice is very common. You can still hear that. Heart of gold, I hear that. Kill with kindness, not so much. Wear your heart on your sleeve. I hear that maybe once every 5 years. So that one's not so common. But if I have the sentence here, sometimes it is embarrassing because he wears his heart on his sleeve. So this is a sleeve and he has his heart here. The heart is your emotion. And if your heart is here, it means you are showing your emotion. So if someone wears his heart or her heart on their sleeve, that means they're not shy to show emotion. Okay? So they're not shy. They will cry. They will be angry. Especially if they're in a public place, they're not gonna hide their emotion. They're always gonna show their emotion. So people who wear their heart on their sleeve are always showing their emotion. Okay. The world's your oyster. The world is your oyster. The world's your oyster. You can do anything. The world's your oyster. Of course, the meaning of that is in the world, there's so much opportunity for you. The oyster is the valuable valuable thing from the sea. So the oyster represents valuable. The world is value to you. The world is your oyster, means you go out in the world, you have so many opportunities. The world is yours to take. And this one, he's dead as a doornail. This is a funny one. And I have a funny example sentence. So my example sentence, I thought my dog was sleeping, but he was dead as a doornail. So I thought my dog was sleeping, but he's dead. Okay. Now, why don't I just say dead? Well, I use dead as a doornail as kind of more emphasis to dead. Because a doornail, again, Old English, the nail in the door is not alive. So he's dead as a doornail. 100% dead. Okay, so a lot of that's from Shakespeare. And there's a lot more from Shakespeare. We use so many idioms from Shakespeare. Let's move on. All right, so right now I have guessed the idiom meaning, number one. Some of these idioms are very common, so you guys probably already know what they mean. The first one, hey, you're working too slow. So what? Time is money. Tell me, what does time is money mean? Again, time is not money in the literal sense. It's a figurative meaning. Time is money. What does that mean? Time is money. Tell me in the... Oh, David, I'm looking at comments. Dead as a doornail is a simile. Yes. But it's a common simile that it becomes an idiom. So common. Oh. Yeah, Rosa, it means we shouldn't waste our time. Time is money. Yes. So it's a simple meaning. When someone says time is money, they're telling you work faster. Okay? Work faster. Time is money means work faster. Number two. I have 10. Number two. Guess the idiom meaning number two. Can you trust him? Yes. He's my best friend in the world. He has helped me through thick and thin. Okay, what does that mean? He has helped me through thick and thin. Tell me in the comments. Thana, time is money might mean we must not waste time. Yeah, work faster. Work faster. Time is money. All right, Okta, through hardship and bad situations. Yeah, through thick and thin. Thick and thin. Good times and bad times. Good situations and bad situations. So, can you trust your friend? Yeah, he has helped me through the good times and the very bad times. So, every time he's helping me. Every situation. Yes, Grace. Good and bad situations. This one is common. All right, Rosa too. All right, let's move on. Oh, wait. Seema, he helped me a lot. The meaning is he helped you a lot in good situations and bad situations. That is the job as for a friend. Thana, face good and bad together. Yes. Kim Hoon, welcome. Thank you for joining us and chatting whenever. Number 3. Did you get your health checked? Yes, I'm as fit as a fiddle. Oh, I see Andre. Good to see you through bad time. Good times and bad times. So number 3, did you get your health checked? Yes, I'm as fit as a fiddle. Fit as a fiddle. So a fiddle, I think that's like a violin. But of course, it's an idiom. It's not talking about a violin. And Thana is very quick, very healthy, in very good condition. Excellent health. Yeah, fit as a fiddle. I'm healthy. Lutfi. Good night. I hope you're enjoying your day. Yeah, okay, I got you. Fit as a fiddle. Number 4. Well, we did. Oh, number 4 is the same. Oh, there's no number 4. Number 5. Why are you so tired? I didn't sleep last night. I think you will be too tired to work. Don't worry, I'll get my second wind soon. Second wind. Again, why are you so tired? I didn't sleep last night. I think you will be too tired to work. Don't worry, I'll get my second wind soon. What is a second wind? Put your comments in the chat. What's a second wind? No guesses? Second win, another or Athena. Opportunity to do the thing that hasn't done. No. Second win, another break time. No. I will sleep enough later. No. We have the same idiom about second breath. Okay. Yeah, second win means when you're very, very, very tired. Sometimes, like if you stayed up all night, sometimes your body just wakes up. Okay, you're not tired again. Your body somehow has new energy. So this person, although he stayed up late all night, he feels that he's going to get a second wind, that his body will wake up and he has energy again for the day. Yeah, he's going to get coffee and then have his second wind. New stream of energy, yeah. All right. Number 6 here. Some of my live streams go down in flames. Go down in flames. So I do live streams. Some of my live streams go down in flames. What would that mean? This is not a positive expression or a positive idiom. It is a negative idiom. Go down in go down in flames. What does that mean? Octa, failed. Correct. Destroyed. No change, no. The best word is fail. It went down. If something goes down in flames, it's not talking about fire, but it's an idiom. Kim Hoon, yeah, you failed. Seven. What's wrong with that strange man? He's off his rocker. Yeah, Rosa failed spectacularly. Great degree. So a big fail. David. Oh, yeah, thank you, David. Go down in history. All right, number 7 here. What's wrong with that strange man? He's off his rocker. What is off his rocker? Don't check Google. Don't check Google. No, good guess though, Octa. Having a bad mood. Rosa, I don't know this one. Don't check Google. Don't check, just guess. Off his rocker. Don't know. Well, that's a good answer too. It's always good to say, I don't know, teacher. What does that mean? That's why idioms are so difficult, because you have to get the teacher to teach you or understand from context. And I didn't give enough information for you to guess, so it's not your fault, guys. What's wrong with that strange man? He's crazy. He's crazy. Something wrong in his brain. He's crazy. Off his rocker means he's crazy. Yeah, his balance went wrong. Something wrong. He's off his rocker. He's crazy. Sometimes I'm off my rocker. Number 8 here. Oh, Rosa said, I had your last idiom in one of my books. Grace, having mental problems. Yes, Grace is very nice. I said crazy, but Grace, mental problems. Grace is nicer than me. Very polite way to say crazy. My friend is off his rocker. Yeah, crazy. Nuts. Oh, there's slang. David says nuts. Rise and shine. Get up or wake up. Well, that's a question. I'll talk about the questions later. Number 8. Yeah. Or are you guessing, Okta? Sorry. Come rain or shine. Rain or shine, I will get a good score on my IELTS test. It's not rise and shine. It's not about waking up, Okta. Good or bad? Andre, whatever happens, bad or good. Susanna, hello. Welcome. You're late to class. Your idioms are hard now. Yes, sorry. We have to learn something. I use a lot of easy idioms. Some of them are hard. They're hard because I don't give enough context, right? You need more information to understand. All right, so come rain or shine means you will do anything to get a good score. Okay, it doesn't matter what's happening in your life. You will do anything. You will try anything to get the good score. All right, so it doesn't matter if it's raining or shining, or you have a job, or you have 2 jobs, or you have a family and kids. Doesn't matter all the problems or difficulties in your life, you will do anything to get a good score. Nothing is going to stop you. Nothing is going to stop you. So come rain or shine, I'm going to do a live stream next week. Okay. 2 more here. I think this one might be a little easier. How did you get here so fast? I ran like the wind. Ran like the wind. Run like the wind. That one is a little bit easier. How did you get here so fast? I ran like the wind. Yeah. Andre, yeah. So that's an easier one. You can guess from the context. Wind is fast. Wind moves fast. And I can see Andre, Rawaz, Ali, Thana, Seema run fast. So that one was easy. Okay. One more. These ones are cute. I'm a night owl. She's an early bird. What are we talking about? Night owl. I'm a night owl. She's an early bird. What do those? There's 2 there. What do they mean? Grace is a night owl. Grace is a night owl and an early bird. Oh, David, you made a grammar mistake. Yeah, you took it away. I saw it, David. You made the mistake. That's okay. For a moment, David, I thought you were a robot because you never made mistakes. Okay, you guys are guessing right. David, I'm a night owl. Yeah, good. Maria. Oh, hello, Maria. And I'm Abdel Raham. Good. Seema, Prakar, Okta, Susanna. I see. David, that's okay. Yeah, as you know from my live streams, I'm always making mistakes here and there. That's okay. I was just teasing you. All right, so yeah, a night owl. someone who enjoys working or doing things at night, late at night. So, you know, you like to do your homework or read a book or watch TV late at night. So we don't know how late, but let's just say after midnight. If you were doing these things after midnight, playing computer games, you might be a night owl. And then the opposite is early bird, of course. Someone who loves to wake up early in the morning. I don't know. I'm not an early bird. I have to be because of my work, but I'd rather just, I guess naturally I'm a night owl, but my jobs make me an early bird. Yeah, so make sure when you're using these expressions, I'm a night owl or I'm an early bird. Yeah, Susanna, you sound like a night owl. Rawaz, it's not good to be a night owl. I agree. But there's something about the night that's so peaceful and quiet that makes working or relaxing on things easier. The morning just seems busy. Layla, I'm an early bird. Oh, good for you. I envy early birds. I really envy early birds. Okay. That is a good introduction to idioms. I hope you guys have a better understanding of idioms. I think we covered a lot of stuff, a lot of information in this topic today. So I have some questions here. What's your favorite idiom, your favorite English idiom? Does any idiom confuse you? This is your chance to ask about an idiom. And maybe you could tell us about some idioms in your language if there's some common idioms. Okay, so guys, if you have some answers to these questions, if you want to ask about idioms or talk about idioms, chat. So let's take a look. Rosa, I wake up early. Good for you, Rosa. Oh, Kim Hoon, I'm both of them. You don't sleep? You sleep 2 or 3 hours a night, Kim Hoon? All right, Maria, it's not my cup of tea. So that's your favorite idiom? That's a very common one. That's still used. It's not my cup of tea, which means it's not my style. Or, you know, I don't really like that. Susanna, my favorite idiom is out of the blue. Yeah, that's a very common idiom, out of the blue. So kind of something that is suddenly or surprising, out of the blue. Oh, I found the owl. Yeah, you guys are using birds and owls. I don't know how to use that. Emojis. Okay. There's all kinds of emojis. I don't know about the chat functions. All right. I got an owl. All right. Break a leg. That's a common idiom. That is another perfect idiom because the words in the sentence do not match the meaning. Because break a leg is very negative to say to someone, hey, break a leg. But the meaning is good luck. That's a good example meaning, Thana. Andre, as I said above, in Russian we say owl and skylark, the bird. Okay. I don't know where the idiom came from. Maybe maybe the English idiom came from Russia long, long ago. Who knows? I didn't check that. Rosa asks, what is the meaning of looking the other way? So that's not necessarily an idiom. It's kind of an idiom, but the meaning matches the words. If someone is doing something bad, I look the other way. So I don't want to get involved in that bad thing. So, for example, I'm walking home and I see some guy hitting some old man. Okay, I have two choices. I can help the old man and be a hero, or I can look the other way and ignore that situation. But I would help the old man. Youngwoo, do you agree early birds get the worms? All right. Now, Hyungwoo is using a proverb. So, a good example, Hyungwoo, he's using a proverb because it has some wisdom. You're trying to teach something in the early bird gets the worm. Now, you used it wrong, Hyungwoo, and I'm going to write it on the board here. Don't need that. So that is the natural, well, that's the proverb in its natural, the proper way we should say it. I know you're changing the grammar for the question, and that's okay, but just so the students understand the proverb, I wrote it here. The early bird gets the worm, all right? So this is wisdom. It is an idiom, but it has wisdom, so we would call it a proverb. It's a full sentence. Proverbs are usually full sentences. So the early bird gets the worm. What is the wisdom? Yeah, people who are early have more success in life. So the early bird gets the worm. Rawaz Ali, don't rain on my parade. Okay. Don't rain on my parade, so maybe you have something happy or you have joy. So, for example, you have a test. You look at the test, A+. You're so happy. And then your friend says, oh, that must be a mistake. So your friend is trying, you're so happy, and your friend is trying to break your happiness. So you might say to him, hey man, don't rain on my parade. Okay? So don't say, I'm very happy now. Don't try to take away my happiness. I hope that helps. Lila Alili, Layla, my favorite idiom is right as rain. Yeah, I'm right as rain. Which means I'm fine. I'm okay. No problems. Prakar, something is fishy. Oh, you guys are writing so many idioms. There's thousands of idioms. I don't want to be here all night, so I'll just look. I won't look at all of them now, but I'll look at a few more. Because already I'm about 5 minutes behind you guys. Something is fishy. Yeah, something wrong. You feel something is wrong. To black out. Black out means you have no memory. I like the skeleton in the closet. Oh, yeah, Okta, the skeleton in the closet means you have some secrets, old secrets. All right, Rosa, time is money. In Iran, we call it time is gold. I think they call it time is gold in Korea too. David, nice. David likes time is gold, Finney. I hope they have his old hairline and your old nose. Is it an idiom? I don't recognize that, Fanny. Time flies. Yep. Oh, Rosa, I heard this. Burn the midnight oil. When you burn the midnight oil, you are working late in the night. Okay? So tonight I have to burn the midnight oil, which would mean I have to work maybe all night. Prakar, compare apples to apples. We don't say apple to apple. Usually we say apples to apples. David, to study work in the wee hours. Yeah, that's also late at night. The wee hours. Seema, what if owl married bird? I don't know what happened. All right, Lutfi, what is the difference? What is the difference between cold and freeze? I think you want the adjective frozen. Cold and frozen. Frozen means ice. Can't move. So, you know, if the temperature is 8 degrees, some of you, yeah, I'm cold. You might, well, of course, water freezes at 0, but if you were very, very cold, you might say, I'm frozen, I'm freezing. Andre, who gets up early is given by God. I haven't heard that before. On the nose, on target. Burn Friday in Korea. Apples to apples or apples to oranges. You could say both. Cry over spilt milk, Rosa. We usually say don't cry over spilt milk. That is the idiom. Don't cry over spilt milk, or it could be a proverb too. There's wisdom there. Don't cry over spilt milk means don't get upset about little problems. Okay, in life we have a lot of little problems. Don't get upset about little problems. If you spill some milk, that's a little problem, so don't get upset. Okay, Andre, it was Russian idiom. Okay. Rosa, I have a lot of questions. Sorry, that's why we're here. Questions. Lutfi, Robin, you promised to me we'll bring British foreigner here. Well, I'm trying, Lutfi. Andre, okay. Lily, Layla, where to use this idiom, a banana skin? Actually, I don't know that idiom. I don't know every idiom. David, let bygones be bygones. Yeah. Let the past be the past. It's gone. Let's not worry about it. All right, you guys are asking a lot of questions. All right, I'm going to move on to the final part of the live stream. Anyone have any quick English questions? It doesn't have to be about idioms. It can be about anything. And if it's a big and complicated question, I'm going to be lazy and say I don't want to spend too much time. But if it's a simple question, I'll probably answer today. So if you have any questions, write it in the chat. Grace, we always have time for questions. If you have a question, let me know. Just erasing this so I can answer questions. All right, Rawaz, what does tier mean? Again, Rawaz and everyone, if you provide example sentences, this will help me. Now, tier is usually a level. So first tier, second tier, third tier. You would have to give me an example sentence so I know what kind of tier you're looking for. Grace, I'm confused to answer when someone asks me negative question. Again, Grace, what is the question? What is your answer? An example would help you. Hyungwoo, I'd like to give you my personal thanks. Oh, my personal thank you. Okay, you're correct. For your valuable time and dedication for us. Yes, I'm giving you my sweat, blood, sweat, and tears, Hyungwoo. Yeah, Grace, provide us with an example of your question. I know what you're talking about, but help me out here. Give me an example. Thana. So do you think idiom is only proper to a play? No. Idioms are proper always. But again, they're not so common. You know, we're not always speaking in idioms every day. You know, if you hear an idiom or see an idiom, okay, try to know that idiom. But again, don't study lists of idioms because a lot of that you're not going to hear in your lifetime. And I talked about idioms here because it's an idiom video, but in my teaching, I usually stay away from idioms because I know a lot of my students, I'm wasting time teaching expressions they will probably never hear. All right, Rawaz, clear the tiers. Give me a minute. Just let's see, Rawaz. What are you talking about? I need more information, Rawaz. All right, Grace, provide the example. Robin is handsome, isn't he? And you said yes. That is the correct answer. Because you agree. You mean yes is your answer or yes is your wrong answer? What do you usually say to that? Okta, I found that word tier in games a lot. Yeah, so tier would mean level. Different levels. Let's see if I can... what kind of games? So there's going to be different levels. So I don't know what kind of games you play, but levels. First tier, second tier, third tier. David, thank you, David. David, I think you can teach everything. You know more about idioms than me, David. Leela Al-Lili. Is the study of idioms... This is the important question, guys. Leela Al-Lili, Leila. Is the study of idioms important for beginner learners or is it necessary only for advanced learners? Well, to answer that, no. Beginners should not really study. Beginners, intermediate, advanced, no one should study idioms. You don't need to know anyone. You don't need to study idioms. Just when you hear an idiom, you should be able to recognize, oh, this is probably an idiom or a slang or a proverb. That is the skill you have to develop, to recognize when someone is using the slang idiom or proverb. And then if someone uses an idiom, you just ask them, what does that mean? Or if you're reading it in a book, then check it. So only study idioms when you need to study idioms. So if you're a beginner, don't study idioms unless you see it. So some books have easy idioms, then you study that. But nobody should be studying idioms list. This video is about idioms, and I taught a lot of idioms, but actually most of you will not use these idioms, or you will not hear all these idioms. Some of them you will. So I hope that answers your question. No, beginners shouldn't worry about. Lutfi, when are you going live about preposition? Good question. Maybe, I don't know. I have to check my live schedule. Because it takes a long time to prepare. Well, it took a long. Idioms is my biggest lesson so far, and it's 29 slides. And that takes a long time to prepare 29 slides. And preposition, and if you're going into grammar and parts of like real strong teaching, that'll take a long time, because I gotta research and make sure I have good examples. But I do promise you, in the future I will talk about prepositions, and I promise you I'll prepare the best lesson I can, because I want to help you do it. But I don't know when I'll have time to do that. Sorry, Latvi. Rosa, benevolent. Can you pronounce it? Benevolent. Yeah. Rawaz, it's Carter Tier 1. Please say this is the prison where one of the prisoners got crazy. I don't understand. Rawaz. Tier 1. We'll get by saying Tier 1. There's some level, like first level. Yeah, Grace. Aren't you hungry? Of course, I'm always hungry in my head. I have to say that. So, Grace, when you answer these kind of questions, my advice to my students is don't answer only with yes and no. Give a sentence. So, aren't you hungry? No, I'm not hungry. Or yes, I'm hungry. Or yes, I'm not hungry. Because I know your confusion, and it's better just to don't give the quick yes, no answer. Try to give more information in your answer, and then the confusion is gone to the people listening to you. Hello, Robin. Oh, Golfarius, was that your name? You look so tired today. I'm tired, guys. I love being here, but this takes a lot of effort and time every day. I have my regular jobs. I will try to not look tired in the future. Susana Laguinda del Pastel. I don't speak Spanish. Icing on the cake. Yeah, the best. You have many positive things, and then one more positive thing. It's icing on the cake. Andre, Robin, can you tell main meanings of words draw and withdraw for native speakers? If I met them without a lot of context, I will give up. Again, you guys, example sentences help. Draw. Okay. So you're not talking about drawing with a pencil. You're talking about the other draw, I think. So a draw means usually there's some sort of contest, and you have to choose something. So for example, if I have everyone's name here on a piece of paper, excuse me, and I put everyone's name in the bowl, and I'm going to draw a name. So I'm going to pick a name, and they're going to win. So that's usually the meaning of draw, picking something for someone to win something. Withdraw means you join something and then you withdraw, you quit. Or in the case of a ATM at the bank, you withdraw money, you take out money. I need example sentence. If that doesn't answer your question, Andre, you got to give me some example sentences so I have a better understanding of what you're talking about. Yeah, Rosa, Grace, for Grace's question, Grace knows her problem. She knows it's confusing. She knows the right answer, but she's confusing because in Korean it's the opposite way. So Grace, the best way to solve that problem today is don't answer yes or no. Yes, I'm hungry. Yes, I'm not hungry. Grace, he was driving to the town. He was driving toward town. Which one is correct? Well, I would say well, first of all, let's fix up the grammar. He was driving to town. Usually we say to town. He was driving toward town. I'm going to get rid of those thus. So he was driving to town means he's driving. His destination is town. So he's driving. He will be in the town. He will arrive in the town. He was driving toward town means he's driving in the direction of the town, but he's not going to the town. He's just driving towards that. Andrew Andrew, hello, good morning. Well, it's almost midnight here. Welcome. Andrew is one of my new WhatsApp friends. All right, Andrew is asking, I want to know how to use the subjunctive in English. If I were you, if I was you. That's a little complicated tonight for this live stream. I will talk about that in a future. Grammar questions, I have to be careful when I teach them. So I know a lot of you ask grammar questions about tenses and whatnot. I got to use the board more, and I got to be very careful of what I'm teaching because I don't want to make a mistake, and I got to teach it properly. And those kind of questions usually take more than 5 minutes. I don't want to teach grammar in one minute. So save that question. I will talk about that in a future video. If you want to know now, the best place to ask me that question is in my Facebook group, because I will take the time to give the best answer. Hung Tong, you're still here? Great. It's a great live stream. Thanks, Robin. Thanks for watching. Thanks a lot, Andre. David is already going to answer that anyways. Can you pronounce afford? You guys are getting into grammar. It's an hour and 15 minutes. I'm not going into grammar questions right now. Sorry, guys. As these live streams progress, I will go more into grammar. And as I said, The way I teach grammar is not so technical. So you guys are looking for a technical answer. The way I teach grammar is going to be a little different when I do teach it. All right, I'm going to end this live stream in the next few minutes. It's almost midnight. It's about almost 14 minutes before midnight now, and I got to work tomorrow morning. So if you have any final comments, questions, get them in now in the next couple minutes. Don't ask a question that requires more than 1 minute to answer. Sorry, guys. I got to be picky about questions because actually my first live stream, I tried to answer every question in detail and it was a disaster. It took too long. David, have you had your dinner? Yes, I ate dinner. Thank you for asking. But I had a quick dinner tonight. Young Joe, fun question. Can you tell us what plural forms of the following words, fish, deer, moose, ox, goose, octopus, scissors, elk, and bison? You already wrote the plural forms because the singular and plural... Oh, wait, no. Fish is usually fish and fish. There are some cases you can use fishes, but 99% of the time, fish singular, fish plural, deer singular, deer plural, moose singular, moose plural, ox. I think we can use ox and oxen. I don't know the plural of ox. Oxen? I'm just going to check it. You think that's an easy... Yeah, plural is oxen. Goose, geese, octopus, that's Latin, so octopi. Scissors is already plural. You can't use singular, scissors. And elk is plural. Bison is plural. Okay, I think that's all that. If I made a mistake, you can tell me. Rosa, I have one more question. Caviar. That's a French word, caviar. Good night. Okay, good night. Maria, where we get the entire list of idioms? There's thousands and thousands of idioms. There's going to be American idioms, British idioms, Australian idioms. There's going to be all kinds of idioms, Maria. Search Google. You can get lists of idioms. But Maria, do not study those lists. You're wasting your time. Fish is irregular. Irregular what? For any words, pronunciation, you can use online dictionaries. You can find both UK and US pronunciation audio files along with definitions. Yeah. These days, apps, and they give a lot of... I use them every day when I'm preparing for videos and whatnot. I like to use Oxford Dictionary. I really like their dictionary. Okay, is that it? Are we done? Okay, well, I guess we're done. I'll say good night to everyone. Unless there's some sudden questions coming in. All right, Grace, thank you. You should try to go to bed early tonight, Grace. You have work tomorrow. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And if you're still here, great. Thanks for staying so long. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. And as I said before, if you would like me to teach a specific lesson in the future, don't tell me in the chat. You got to tell me in the comments. So for example, Robin, can you teach this grammar point in the future lesson? And write that in the comments of any video, and I will prepare a lesson on that. My next live stream will probably be Tuesday or Wednesday. I haven't decided yet. Probably it'll just be a Q&A. I don't know yet. I'll think about that. Thank you guys for your final comments here. I'm looking. All right. Thank you guys. See you in the next live stream. Well, actually, I'll see most of you in the WhatsApp group. Join my WhatsApp group. All right. Thank you guys. Bye.